Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are we all doing? We are, hair in front of my face. We are back with our crocodile. And yeah, because I couldn't decide until I finished the wolf pack, I feel like I can't technically get another picture started. And I'm still doing the snow, and that's going to take me quite a while. So I thought we'd just work on the crocodile, which is normally just our Friday project, but we're going to work on this baby because he's taking a long time, and I would really like to get him done. And yeah, so we're going to see how we go. So, excusez-moi. While we get started over here, so I want my warm grey 2 as my base colour. I put the sound on today because yesterday I started the video and I was chatting away for about 10 or 15 minutes before I realised I'd not actually switched my mic on, so just thought I'd better double check that today. Right, now this is quite a muddy greeny section, so and then we have quite dark brown lines. There's lots of creases and I watched a really good film on Netflix yesterday, and was it yesterday or was it the day before? I don't know. Anyway, recently, and it was called Morbius. I don't know if anyone's seen it yet. It's a Marvel movie. It's about a doctor called Michael Morbius who has this blood condition that is going to kill him, and he's been doing research into these specific vampire bats, and he tests a serum on himself, as all good doctors do when they can't get the research to pass, and then he turns into this man-bat hybrid. Morning, Ansman. You have that flick in your Amazon library. It's well worth a watch. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely my jam. I really, really, really enjoyed that movie. It's when I watch things like that and I'm like, why didn't I come up with that idea? I just always have that like idea envy moment. Right. I got to do a D&D type game last night on someone's Discord. I ran the game and two other people played there for their first time. It was very D&D light, a lot of rules. They had fun. Oh, cool, excellent. I saw your little YouTube D&D thing that you put on the Discord. It's exactly how I imagine D&D games to run. Yeah. Those are fun to do. I just think of how much editing that video took as well. I'm just sort of, because obviously you were playing those different characters. You played like 3 different characters, and the back and forth editing and the setting up of the camera and the changing of the tops and then writing your script, and I just think of all the work that went behind it. I mean, people watch these videos and it's like a video can be watched in like a minute or 2 minutes, and it takes ages to sort of put together, and it's not that hard. Well, I'm glad that it's not that hard. I find editing and putting together videos are not my jam. Definitely not my jam. I tried once to be like a YouTuber and to create content, and it was like, oh, do you know what? No, it's so much work. It's just I'd already got so much other stuff to do anyway, and it was just like, no, nope, not for me. I think that's why I like doing these streams, because it's just live. I don't have to edit anything. It just goes out there, and I can just copy the stuff over to YouTube. I can import oh sorry, export the VOD over to YouTube, and people can watch it over there as well. And that is the limit of my effort. To each their own. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I know my son James will sometimes pay an editor to do his um, videos for YouTube. And it's like, you know, people who get paid to edit videos and put together like compilation videos and stuff for YouTube, I mean, they must love it, right? They must love doing that. But it's, no, it's not my thing. Right. Sorry, this is just such a complicated bit around the neck that I'm just sort of trying to think. Those bits go there. What sort of temperatures have you got where you are, Artsman? We have got we're at -1 at the moment. I have an app that I use, make it easy, and I also don't write a script, just make it up on the fly. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way. I have a general idea of what I want to do. It was cooler yesterday, nothing like what you guys have. The news people have been doing their best to do the like every time you listen to the news, it's the dire weather warnings. Oh my God, England is going to be covered in inches of snow. There could be road blockages. People are advised not to travel unless blah 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 blah. And then nothing happens. And it's like, it's cold, but there's no snow. And every morning, Nick and I wake up, and it looks through the windows, through the curtains, it looks like it's really, really light outside, the sort of light that you would get if everything was covered in snow. And you open up your curtains like with like this excitement, are you actually finally going to have snow? And there's nothing. There's a mild frost, and it just, I don't know, it just winds me up, the news. I've stopped watching it. I used to be an avid news watcher. I used to love watching the news because I liked keeping up to date with current affairs and everything. And then I just realised that watching the news and listening to weather reports and things like that just made me depressed. It just made me sort of feel like that the world was in such a sad state, and I've got this to worry about and that to worry about, and on top of that the weather's going to be bad. And so I just thought, right, you know what, from now on, don't listen to the news. Just, if you want to know what the weather is, look out of the window or look at the weather app on your phone, because that just gives you numbers and symbols. And that's what I do. Every now and again, my husband, who does watch the news avidly, will say to me, "Oh, what do you think to what's going off in Gaza or Israel?" And I'm like, "Well, it's probably not good. It's definitely not good." But I've stopped watching it. I should know what's going on. I should know all these different factions and things that are fighting and all that, but I've just stopped, because it's just, I'm one of those people, yeah, it's depressing. Yeah, I am one of those people that I consider myself to be quite, what's the word? Empathetic. So if someone is suffering, I really feel it, and it affects me. It affects me really badly. And I know that, the news, that's what the news is there for. It's meant to make you feel something, isn't it? But I feel it so strongly. I feel people's pain and upset and their grief and their fear and their anger, and it overwhelms me. So I just found that it was better for my mental health that I shut off from all of that. I know a lot of people will say, well, there's no point in sticking your head in the sand. And, there'll be some naysayers that will tell me that what I'm doing is wrong. But I'm sorry, but those people are not in my head. And those people don't understand how that sort of stuff makes me feel. And if that's what I need to do to get through the day, like, I already have a mental load that I have to carry, right, with all the stuff that goes on in my life and my family and my world. I do not need to carry an entire planet's mental load as well. So I just don't. No, I just don't. Amen. Thank you. Yes. So there's plenty of people that can worry about that stuff, and I just don't need to see it. I don't need to see it. I don't need to hear it. I don't need anything that's going to start making me cry. Because these days, I don't know if it's a menopausal thing or what, but these days the slightest thing will set me off and I'll just start crying. And it's like, no, I'm sorry. I already have depression. I don't need to make it worse by listening to all the crap that's going on in the world. This is why art is so good, because art is relaxing, and some of it's really pretty and beautiful and thought-provoking and relaxing. and reading and watching movies. It's the things that I choose what I consume. Actually, I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and they said something. Which podcast was it? Oh, it was the bestseller experiment, and they were talking to um, the lady who owns the Chicken Soup for the Soul publishing house, books editor, whatever she was, and they were talking about, how the Chicken Soup for the Soul books have sort of like really helped people, and it's filled with these stories that sort of inspire people and sort of change their lives and make them feel something. And they were talking in general about, was there any particular story that she's read in the thousands of stories that she's read that's had a profound effect on her and how she chooses to live her life. And she said something, and it was one of those light bulb moments that went off over the top of my head while I was walking the dog. And it was if you imagine your life as a garden, then you choose what you wish to nurture in that garden and how you feed it, how you make it grow. But you have to be aware that in that garden there will be weeds or poisonous plants, and sometimes you need to weed them out. That if you want to nurture your garden, your life, and make it happy so that what you see is what makes you feel good, you have to know when to pluck something out and remove it. And this is what I mean. This is how I plucked out watching the news, and I have very much been aware of which people bring me down. So it's like those people, I mean, sometimes because they're family, you cannot get rid of them totally. And so you just have to limit your exposure to them. And it's very much just being aware of how you nurture the garden of your life. That's what a lot of people say. This is a load of malarkey, this is hocus pocus, and it's just you dressing things up in nice imagery. But that imagery works for me. As a writer, as an artist, imagery works for me. So I just thought, you know what, this is clever stuff. This is powerful stuff, because yes, there are one or two weeds in my garden that need pulling and chucking on the junk heap, but I can't, because they are family members, and I would just limit my exposure to them. So yeah, so I just thought I would share that. You like that? Good, because it really just sort of hit a note for me as I was listening to it, walking the dog. And I just thought it was really powerful. I thought, yeah, you do. You can control who's in your garden. You can control who you allow in. And what you choose to plant, and what you choose to nurture. Right, now this goes, has the green over the top, just to muddy it a little bit. bottom. And then it goes sort of brownish.
Billy, we know you had high hopes of uploading your cosplay videos, but your last broadband provider's loading wheel of death crushed those hopes. So you told yourself,
it was just a silly video anyway.
a silly video you only edited 133 times, so stop being silly, Billy, and put full fiber, award-winning hyper-optic broadband in your corner. Now you share that labradoodle cozzy with the world.
Ruff, ruff.
Switch today at hyperoptic.com. Available in 64 towns and cities. Winner of Broadband Provider of the Year in Uswitch Telecoms Awards 2023.
The place where Nick and I are going to go back to this year for our holiday. We went to Charmouth last year to sort of do like fossil hunting and things on the beach on the Jurassic coastline, and we found loads of like ammonites and we found loads of stuff that we brought back that we was really impressed with, and so we decided to go back again this year. And there was a tweet posted yesterday from the Jurassic Coast like heritage people to say that on the beach where we had been, they'd found this dinosaur vertebrae just literally laying there on the sand, and it was just like Nick and I would have walked straight past it because it just looked like a rock to us. I said to Nick, I said, look at this. I said, look what they just found on Charmouth Beach today. And he was like, I wouldn't have looked twice at that. I said, yeah, I know. It just goes to show that we have no idea what we're looking at. I mean, we have the ammonites and the squid bits. I forgot what they were called, but it was about this size, and it was what did they call it? It was a Temnodontosaurus vertebrae. Temnodontosaurus. Let's Google what one of those looks like. A Temnodontosaurus. There we go. Okay. This is a Temnodontosaurus. So they found that as the vertebrae, so I'm guessing something from its back. So you can see it was quite big. But yeah, we would have just walked past it, thought, yeah, that's a rock. I said to him, before we go this year, we need to do a little bit more research and understand what it is that we're looking for. Because otherwise we're just going to come back with another shed load of ammonites, and I'm like, I've already got a ton of ammonites. I think we came home with like 80 something ammonites last year. before anyone comes at me, yes, you are allowed to take them home with you. They only ask if you find something of significance, and ammonites are not considered of significance because they're 10 a penny. But if you find something of significance, they like you to take it to the dinosaur center that they actually have on the beachfront at Charmouth, where it can be photographed and registered and, you know, dated and who found it and stuff like that. And then you can either offer to lend it to them to put it on display, or you can take it. So yeah, so that's absolutely fine. So we were allowed to bring this stuff home, but oh my goodness. Making coffee. Okay. Right, okay, so right, okay. Oh, let's put the warm grey underneath first. Earthy green. That's neat that you can take a dino bone home. Yeah, you can. If you as long as if you find something significant, as long as you take it in and let them record it, that it was found on their beach, They take measurements, they take photographs. Yeah, you can take it home. When we were there last time, we had like a tide timetable. So we always sort of tried to schedule our trips to the beach as the tide was going out, because obviously there was a shelf at sea where a lot of these bones sit, and so when the water comes in, it sort of brings a lot of it in, and then as it goes out, some of it gets deposited. It just lays there on the beach, on the surface of the beach. And so we would sort of go then, and we just hoped and prayed that there would be like a massive storm, because a storm would kick up a lot of the stuff on this plateau, this shelf that was slightly out to sea, and we thought it would bring it in. But of course, because we went the week that we picked last year, the weather was perfect. We had sunshine, heat every day, so much that my husband got completely and utterly burnt. Even though he'd got like some protection on, he just got completely and utterly burnt. And so there was never any like big storms. But I never thought I'd find it as fun as I did, and we can't wait to go back this year. I'm going to go back in the summer again, and now we know what we're doing, because last time we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know the sort of things that we would need to be out on the beach for long times collecting fossils, because honestly we just thought that we'd turn up and maybe we'd find one in the week. If we found one ammonite, we were going to be absolutely thrilled. And literally the first day that we arrived, you weren't meant to get there until 3:00, because they were like, oh, your caravan will not be ready. And but we got there at 12 and just thought, is it ready by any chance? And it was. And so we literally went in, dumped everything in the caravan, instantly walked to the beach, and we had literally been on the beach 5 minutes and an ammonite washed up right in front of us, and we were like, oh my god, thinking that was it for the entire holiday, and we wouldn't find anything else, and it was just sheer utter luck that had happened. But then of course you would literally just be walking on the beach and go, found one, found another, here's another. And it was just that particular area just seems to be really particularly rich for ammonites. And what do I mean by a caravan? Well, in the UK we have caravan sites. So look up what a caravan is. A caravan holiday. I guess Americans would probably call it like a trailer. You might call it like a trailer, maybe. But we call them caravans. And yeah, there's a lot of caravan parks all along the coast and the seaside towns of England. Because they used to be very much the traditional staycation place that British people would go on holiday until people started to be able to afford hotels and going abroad. In the 60s and the 70s, everyone went on a caravan holiday. And I have many happy memories as a child being taken on caravan holidays in the 70s and the 80s. And I don't mind a caravan, to be honest. It's only for a week. They're really modern now. Some of them used to be really bad. I remember one particular place that we went on holiday as a family when I was little, and my parents didn't have much money, so they would get the cheapest one that they could afford. And this particular van didn't have a toilet, and it didn't have bathroom facilities, and so in the middle of the caravan park would be this shower block with toilets. So of course, because there was like, you know, hundreds if not thousands of people using this one block, it used to get into a right state. It used to be horrible. So if you wanted to get up to use the loo in the middle of the night, it was horrendous, because you would have to sort of creep out in the middle of the night and find your way to this shower block. And so I remember my parents would put out a bucket. They'd be like, no, you're not going to a shower block in the middle of the night, you're only 7 years old, or you're a little girl, blah 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 blah. And so they would put out a bucket for us to use in the middle of the night, which just sounds so gross when I think about it now, but at the time it was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. We also call them RVs or model homes. Okay, I've never heard that term before, model homes. But yeah, a lot of them, the one that we stayed in last year was a really nice modern one, very, very comfy. Huge bathroom, because they used to be, if you did have one that had a bathroom, and they used to be like really tiny. But we're going to be staying in the exact same one that we stayed in last year, because we managed to book it because we really liked it. And it's got a lovely, lovely kitchen, lovely bathroom, shower. Oops. Right, now. There's a lot of dirt here on the underside. Excuse me. What sort of places do you like to, when you go away on holiday? Where do you sort of go? What sort of things do you do? Oh, mobile homes. Right, okay. Yeah, I know that phrase. Do you do like hotels or motels? What do you do? Lots of little dots, and I don't know if it's patterning or whether it's dirt. I actually don't travel very much a homebody. I have the option to stay home or go out with the folks, and I'd rather stay home. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm very much. I don't really like to travel much. Obviously, I don't like flying and things, as I've mentioned before. And I would much rather stay in. It's just easier. All your home comforts. I mean, that's, you know, that's why you like being at home, because all your home comforts there, and it's just. And whenever you go away, you always can't wait to get back home anyway, can you? It's just like, it's nice to go away on occasion, but there's nothing like coming home and sleeping in your own bed and drinking from your own mugs and. It's been nice seeing family since we moved here, though. Yeah, it is nice to see. I'm not saying that everyone has to stay at home and be a hermit or anything like that, but it is nice to see them, but in small amounts. That's all you need. Is just, hey, how are you? You're fine? Great. Bye. That's almost what it's like. I feel that. Yeah. Sometimes when people say, "Oh, hey, are you in tomorrow? I thought I'd pop around for a cup of tea," and you think, "Great, yes," and then it's just like, "Okay, you've been here an hour." I mean, I love my brother coming. My eldest brother, David, when he comes round, because he only lives like 20 minutes away from me, and when he comes round, he makes me laugh so much. I love listening to his stories and things. I know I'm going to enjoy his company, but after about an hour and a half, I start to get twitchy. I'm not rude or anything like that, but I'm just very much aware that I'm looking at the clock, thinking, okay, I'm getting tired. You know, that whole social battery thing. I'm like, okay, I've done my socializing for today. When are you going? But you can't say, well, I think it's time you were going now, or anything like that. It's just, you just have to wait for them to say, well, we ought to be making a move, and you go, oh, really? Oh, okay. And inside you start thinking, yes. Oh dear. Fortunately, I don't know anyone here well enough that they won't just come over. My sister and brother-in-law are the exceptions. Yeah, I mean, I think David is the only one who would just ring up and just say, popping over for a cup of tea, is that alright? Are you in? We don't have anyone else that's close enough that does that, but because he works so hard that even though he lives only 20 minutes away, I probably only see him once every couple of months. So, you know, that's nice. But yeah, it's, I don't know, just guests are exhausting. It does make us sound like we're all a bunch of grumbly old people who don't like to socialise and bar humbug, get out of my house. And it's not that. We do love having people, but it's just, oh my goodness. You can only take so much, can't you? And then it's just like, I just want my house back to myself. I love having you around. I love seeing you and having a laugh and things like that, but sometimes it's just, okay, I'm done. I think because of that feeling, I think I'm very much aware of when I go to someone else's house that I'm thinking, okay, that's how I feel when someone's been here for an hour or so. So when I go to someone else's house, I'm sort of looking at the clock thinking, don't outstay your welcome. And so I will stay for an hour mostly. Sometimes I don't even make it that long, but I'll be like, if I feel like the conversation is going and going and going and going and it looks like it's not going to stop, I will make sounds of, well, I'd better be off, I've got this to do or I've got that to do and stuff, because I don't want to outstay my welcome. So yeah, we've met people that live around here but none of them would come over. I'm sure it's the same with them. Everyone's like that. Those short visits are the best. Yeah, exactly. Small amounts are definitely the best. Right, okay, so now I have these ones. Hey Natalie, good morning. A penguin mariachi band. Wow. Actually, all my friends are online now. Sometimes I miss physical contact. Yeah, of course, we all do. A penguin mariachi band. Hello. Right, hang on. Let me get a fresh piece of paper because that one's got drawings on both sides. What sort of things do a mariachi band play? So there's the guitar. There's like a little trumpet. And what else? Let me Google. My friend Google. What instruments? Mariachi band instruments. Let me just. Mariachi band instruments. Someone's already Googled that. A harp? I've never seen a mariachi band play a harp. Okay, so there's 2 guitars and a trumpet. Oh, maracas. Okay. So I'm going to do 3. I'll do 3 because when I think of a mariachi band, I think of 3 characters. So let's have 1 flipper with a I don't know how he's holding that with his flipper, but let's just pretend, right? Okay. That looks like some weird pigeon, but okay, that would do. for one, let's give him some colour on his like little on his maracas. Okay, and we'll do like the rest of him needs to be like ay ay ay. I don't know what Mexican people say. And I don't know what colour a penguin's feet are. Probably black, actually. But there we go. So there's one. Oh, let's give him a second eye. Otherwise, that's just going to look weird. There's one. Don't know how or why I thought of that. No, neither do I. Right, so let's do another sort of... These penguins are all going to look pretty much the same, I'm suspecting. It's going to go up here, but we need to have... like the flipper under here. God, how does the end of a thingy look? I have no idea what the end of a guitar looks like. I think it has these things that you twist to do something with the strings with. That's the word I was looking for, strings. Have a very nice sort of chunky penguin. This one can be singing. God. La la la. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. This is so bad. Nat, why do you do this to me? We are the three amigos. I used to love that film. What did I say the other one had got? We had maracas. Oh, trumpet. Right, okay. Let's have this. Oh God. Trumpet. Let's have the beat going this way this time. God, what does a trumpet look like? Right, so it goes out like that. And it has like a round bit. Then it has 3 things there, so we better have the penguin holding it, hadn't we? Otherwise it's floating in midair. This is so bad. Second. Let's give them like that one's not singing. This one over here, got just colour in his guitar, otherwise he's not got any colour. There we go. Penguin Mariachi Band. Sorry, not sorry. Thanks so much. Yeah. I kind of feel like we need some mariachi music now, but if I played any it would probably be copyright. But the more outlandish they are, the more fun they are, and the less worried hopefully one would be about the details. Thank you. I'm always worried about the details, and I'm just like, I kind of think it started okay, then it kind of went a little bit and then this guy over here just, I don't know. I like their big tummies. I kind of feel like I want to rub their tummies. But yeah, that's not too bad. Thanks, Nat. Oh dear. Clap. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Right. On that cheery note of the three amigos, I think that's where I'm going to leave it today. So thank you so much for joining me today. Yeah, it's been fun. This crocodile is so hard trying to get all the scales, but I'm loving doing it. I'm really loving doing it, and I can't wait to see what it's going to look like when it's done. But definitely when I finish this end, I'm going to go back over here and just sort of darken some of that up, because I just feel like this is so dark. Even though if you look at the picture, if you look at the reference picture, it is lighter over this end and darker at this end. So I don't know whether I would spoil it by, I don't know. We will see when it's done. Anyway, so that's where it is for today. You have a beautiful day too, Natalie. Have a lovely day, everybody, and I will see you back here tomorrow morning at 9:30. So have a lovely day, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye.